senior operator of LET. This is the person who was given a guard of honor by the Pakistani military. Khalid alias Abu Akasha, another Lashkar-e-Taiba commander. Mohammed Yusuf Azhar, wanted in the IC-814 hijack terror attack. Hafiz Muhammad Jamil, brother-in-law of Maulana Masood Azhar, and Muhammad Hassan Khan, Jaish-e-Mohammed commander. These are very significant names. These are very significant achievements in eliminating these terrorists. On the other hand, Pakistan's attempt to retaliate failed. And it pains me that friends in the opposition who have questioned India, who have questioned the successes achieved by the Indian armed forces, haven't pointed out these failures of Pakistan, nor have they asked these questions of Pakistan. Sir, Pakistan attacked Jammu University. It attacked the UN field station in Kashmir. These were neutralized, as the Honorable Defence Minister pointed out, by the UAS unmanned aerial system grid. India's actions were purely to counter terrorism and hit terrorists, decoupling the issue from any other disputes. Sir, if we look at the new normal that I have been talking about, it is important to understand what the past was. In the past, on a regular basis, almost on a daily basis, Pakistani sponsored terrorists were attacking India and killing Indians. So if I give you a short list of the previous terror attacks and our responses, you will understand, sir, and I hope all our friends will understand, that the new normal indeed is very dramatically different. Sir, 2005, Delhi serial blasts. A dossier was sent to Pakistan. So 2006, Varanasi bombings. India raised the issue in Indo-Pak talks. Mumbai attacks, sir, 2008, when so many people were killed and the then government decided not to retaliate. What is most shameful is that retaliation was considered. Retaliation was planned by our armed forces, but the then government did not permit retaliation. It is on record that the then senior-most officials of the government, whether it was the Foreign Secretary, whether it was the then NSA, took a decision not to hit back at Pakistan. This is what is really shocking, sir. 2006, Mumbai terror bombings. Sir, it is also important to point out that after the Mumbai attacks, 7 months after that, the then Prime Minister met the Pakistani President on the sidelines of the SCO summit in Russia and decided that India and Pakistan would continue dialogue. So we kept appeasing them. Our governments of the day over decades kept appeasing them, putting, sir, in 2006, 2 months after the Mumbai train bombings, the then Prime Minister met Pakistani President Musharraf on the sidelines of the NAM summit in Havana and again agreed to maintain the peace process. So that so-called peace process was no peace process at all. It was only peaceful for Pakistan. Indians in large numbers were sacrificed. India was attacked repeatedly and large numbers of Indians were harmed and killed. Sir, worst of all, in 2009, within 8 months of the Mumbai terror attack, the then Prime Minister met his Pakistani counterpart at Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt and agreed to again continue the cooperation with Pakistan. This for a country that for 78 years has been attacking India ceaselessly.